Hi, folks. How are you? My name's Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art, the creative course collab, a curator for the Creative Curiosities Paper and Notions Pack, and a proud member of the Crafty Bunch. And I am so glad to be here with you today. I am live because I was in the office yesterday, so I was faux live yesterday. I'm just going to clean up my mess here for a minute as people hop on. We're doing something new today. Got a new inspiration. I'm also going to do a little sprinkling of the love because that is so important to us. And yes, I am early today. I have a thing at 12 Eastern, so I needed to come live a little bit earlier today and be with you all today. And so, but this is 20 minutes of paint with me. And so what is that? It's based on the rule of 100, which says if you do something for 18 minutes a day for 100 hours, you will be 95% better than anyone in your field. Well, I say if we do something for 20 minutes, because one, it's an easy to time number. Two, we do this Monday through Friday, that we'll be 95% better than when we started. And so today we're going to be doing something new. Yesterday we finished, it's a practical thing. And so this is just my little version of a little take on Practical Magic, which is one of my, I don't know if say favorite films, but I really enjoy it. And so we did this one and finished her up yesterday. And so I was sent a picture from a friend who loves to create and loves to paint. And actually, it's from two friends. Hold on, I'm trying to clear my mess here for a minute. And trust me, I got glitter everywhere, guys. I will show you my mess I'm dealing with. I was doing, the other day, I had a live, and we were making ornaments. And we made these sweet little ornaments. Little gnome, two little gnomes, little girl and a little boy. And then we did this ornament. And so, which I love them. I love doing ornaments. I love making ornaments. They're one of my favorite things. And let me tell you, they're also one of the messiest things. And so I've got all of this like snow and glitter literally everywhere. I wish this was not right here because it's right where I need my paper to be. And it's all kind of bulky. And so anyway, today I was sent a picture yesterday of not this, but this. And this is actually somebody's art. It was step by step. Tracy, I think. I can't read that. But anyway, I was sent that picture. And it was like, can you do something like this? And so, I'm not going to copy anybody's art. So we're not going to do that. But actually, earlier this year, I believe it was this year, in Valentine's, I did a very similar raccoon. And here's a picture of the one that I did. It may even still be, no, it's not hanging up. So that means it's back on my shelf over there. But I did this raccoon. And so I thought, well, we could do something similar to this one using my little raccoon. And then that way I'm not like, copying somebody else's because I'm not into that. And so that's not something I encourage others to do. And that's not something I do. And so now if it's a mass-produced thing that's like whatever, I'm not selling these. These are just going in my art journal. So that's one thing. Like if you find a puzzle or something like that, like on Amazon or something, that I will kind of copy a little bit, but not somebody else's art like that. No. And so it's not going to be like, it'll be similar, but it's going to be my raccoon. Let me grab some paper here. Sorry for the time and setting up. I usually am more prepared, but I was in the office yesterday and I actually had forgotten how I had left this. Oh, I ripped my page. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I'll use that in my junk journal and I'll just tear another one off here that hopefully this time won't be ripped. All right. There we go. So we'll do something similar. I don't know. Hey, Dee, how are you? So Dee, your friend Dee and my friend Dee sent me this picture. And I don't know. It's Tracy somebody, step-by-step painting. Tracy somebody. I can't read it. I'm assuming that says painting. But I had done this raccoon earlier this year. So I feel like we can do him. And we can maybe make him look a little fall or a little Christmas, whatever we want. And so I think fall for now. Maybe. I just want to look at something. I want to make sure. Okay. So we're gonna do a play on that. How are you doing today? Dee, hopefully you're doing well. I'm managing to get glitter all over me. So we'll do a little fall, I think, because it's just fall, right? Even though I've been like submerged in Christmas ornaments, it's still fall. So we'll keep it to fall for at least a little bit before we transition over to Christmas. And so I think what I want to do is we're going to have a little bit of a different background than what they had. But we're going to make this like more fall. I keep freezing. Let me see. Am I freezing on me? Let me just, I'm just going to just move a few things. I don't know. Am I freezing? You love the raccoon? Me too. I don't see me freezing. So maybe pop out and pop back in. Sometimes that makes a difference. I don't know. Yeah, Facebook is upsetting me a little bit. So, I have these like fun little things on my page, like, how many candy corn in the jar are you seeing, fall colors in your area, like things like that. Well, they're telling me that my page is broadly disliked because of that. And so it's probably not going to send me out to anybody. So y'all know what to do. Sprinkle the love for me, please. That would be so helpful, because Facebook is not being helpful right now for me. And so it's okay. I'm fine on YouTube. Okay. It's your service. Okay. So anyway, yeah, or watch me on YouTube, whatever. Facebook is being a little bit of a butt, if you ask me, but that's okay. I'm on Facebook. So, I won't complain too much, even though I'm complaining. How you like that? I'm not going to complain too much. Hey, Kelly, how are you? I'm looking for a sponge and I'm not finding one. And I think I carried all my sponges upstairs to work on my ornaments. Let me see. Let me go grab a sponge, guys. I'm sorry. I really want one because I really want to do a modeled background. Let me grab a sponge if I have any over here. I should have some that are within quick grab range. I think I already quickly grabbed all the ones and took them upstairs. How do I not have? Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, hold on. I'm getting them. Okay, I'm just going to grab a whole bunch and carry them over here. And then that way I'll have some on my desk for when I want to use them again. Have to go to my supply shelf because, you know, I have supplies everywhere. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sprinkling me. So yeah, they were like, your page is highly, what did it say? Like highly disliked. And I'm like, okay. Because of those posts, which I'm gonna have to stop doing, which okay. So I'm just gonna kind of pop in some of these, and I want the green to show through. So I'm just doing it lightly, and I'm just doing a little bit of yellow, a little bit of orange, and a little bit of red, right? I don't know where my raccoon will be. He'll be somewhere in the center here, so I don't need to like go into all of that. But I just want to have these colors just kind of all around. These are just going to look like leaves in the end. I mean, we don't have to do anything more than what we're doing. Your eye is going to fill them in as leaves, even though they're just like blobs of stuff. They're literally just blobs, and it's okay. Oh, I gotta turn my timer on. 20 minutes of paint with me, and we're already like 12 minutes in. It's okay. I had to get organized and everything else at first, so this will be a little time-wise a little longer, but really we're only painting for 20 minutes. Okay. So see how even though it's just a bunch of blobs, you kind of already see like fallen leaves, right? Isn't that funny how you kind of like your eye kind of sees it even though it's not? All right. And now we're going to get our little raccoon on. And so we kind of got some big ears that are going to go up here. We're just going to draw him on, and he's got these big cheeks that are going to come out here, right? And so kind of like little pointy ears. Again, some big cheeks that are going to come out here. Just kind of want to make sure they're even. And then we're going to just come in here with his little face. Going across here. I'm going to dip down a little bit with his mouth, right? And then his little body will come in here. He's going to be like really close to us. And his little body will come in here. And then he's going to have his little leg. Going to come out here and go down like this. And then his little foot's going to come out there. He gonna be a little chunky, and he's gonna be a little actually I'll make him a little bit smaller, just a little bit. He gonna be a little chunk though. Hey, you know what? Y'all, if you don't know already, raccoons are very like dear and near to my heart. And so I had the pleasure of raising 3 little baby raccoons. 3 little babies. And I say it was the pleasure because it really was, even though it was a pain. At the time, I don't know that it was such a pleasure, but I loved every minute of it. I will say that. And so, but yeah, I raised some raccoons, and it was so much fun. But I tell you, they kept me on my toes, guys. They kept me on my toes. I don't know that I would have the oh, thank you for those stars. I don't know if I would have the energy for them today. I really don't know. Um cuz lordy be, they kept me happen. Um but they were the sweetest things ever. And so let's get its little nose in, and then we can figure out where its little so we'll put a little nose right here on this guy, and then we'll have its little lips coming down like that, little lip coming down like that. Now obviously this is going to be out like a whimsical version of a raccoon, right? So it's not going to be um like exactly proportion right, etc. Like this is our whimsical version, right? And so, but yeah, they kept me on my toes, guys. They really did. They were into everything. When I first got them, we rescued them out of a tree. The mother was carried away by a game warden. And then the game warden had said that it was in my sister-in-law's, at my sister-in-law's house was this raccoon up in a tree, and I told her to leave it alone. I understand why she did what she did, because she had a young son at the time who was like 3, maybe 3, maybe 4. And when they would go outside to play, this raccoon would come out and like fuss at them and growl at them and stuff. Hey, Capri, how are you? And so she called the game warden because she was nervous. I get it. I do. I understand it. And and so and the game warden came, they trapped her, they took her away. And I had told her, like just to rope off the tree or just like get some of that snow fencing and like rope off the tree so like he doesn't go near the tree. Her son couldn't go near the tree. And maybe she had tried that. I don't know. But anyway, long story, the game warden assured her it was a male and all was good. Well, it wasn't a male. It was a female. And she had babies in the tree. And um long story short, they go out a day or two later and they hear crying from the tree. So she calls all upset, naturally all upset. And we go out there, my husband and I go out there to see what we can do. And she called back to see like, could they be taken to whatever, and the game warden was like, no, that there's no way. And I'm thinking, there's no way, because we know you didn't release what you caught. But I didn't say that to her. I just was like, anyway. So we broke out part of the tree and got them out. He's gonna be holding a leaf because we've got like this of leaves. He just picked up this like little leaf and he's having fun with this little leaf. Anyway, guys, these raccoon, let me tell you something. They were the sweetest little things you've ever seen in your so So he's gonna be holding a little leaf. There he is. See him all sketched out? And so anyway, long story, but we were able to get them out. They weighed like 2 ounces, guys. They were so little, all 3 of them fit right in the palm of my hand. Like, I laid them in the palm of my hand side by side and then just held them up close to my heart so they could hear my heartbeat. Yes, you have a rehabber near you. Yes, he is great. Yeah, rehabbers are wonderful. They're wonderful. And so, um, anyway, we raised those little things until they were 10 pounds. And got them to the point that they were 10 pounds. We taught them how to go to water for food. We taught them how to hunt for their food. I wouldn't just feed them. Once I got past the, bottle feeding and all of that, and we weaned them off of all of that, we then would hide food in little places in the house, and they had to go and seek out the food. Like, it was their, like, they had to go find food. They didn't just get fed from a bowl. And we would put stuff in the bathtub for them so they would learn to go to water. And we would put little treats in the bathtub for them, little things to find in the water. Our house was a zoo for a while. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, that is awesome. And so, yeah, our house was a little bit of a zoo for a little while, but it was awesome. I had a big, thick, um, like landscaping type thing in a tree stand in my living room that went up like 12 feet tall to teach them how to climb trees. So they would climb up the pole and down the pole. We taught them all kind of things. Before, and when they got 10 pounds, I turned them over to a rehabber so they could be rehabbed to the wild. Um, and so we had to go, like, drive like 3 hours to this rehabber. And I'm gonna put the white on first, and then or the cream on first, and then we'll come in. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. I tell you, that's why I said I don't know that I would have the energy today for them. I don't know. Because it was a lot. It was a lot. And then, of course, in the beginning, it was up every 2 hours feeding them because they were so small. They had to be fed every 2 hours, and we had to keep warm bottles. I had this big box thing they slept in at first and had to keep warm bottles in there for them. And I kept a little, like, clock in there, like one of those little clocks that goes tick, 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 tick. Just so they could, like, have that beat of like a heartbeat almost. Um, and then of course they had each other, but and then the warm bottles, I would put like really warm water in like plastic bottles and put in there so they would have the heat. But yeah, they were a lot of fun, but a lot of work. But I wanted them to be able to go back to the wild. And then I had to ensure, like, the person that I left them with was gonna be, um there may have been people closer to me, I don't remember now, I can't remember, but I know I, like, searched out to find the person that I felt like would do the best by them, because they were my babies at that point. I mean, these things, the eyes weren't even open, like, they were just teeny tiny babies. I had to use a In order to feed them, at first, we had to get, like, those little teeny tiny, the little baby dolls that you get, like a baby gets, with the little teeny tiny, bottle that, you can put in their mouth. I had to use one of those, like, because they were too little for a regular baby bottle. So we had to feed them with one of those, like, baby doll. I had to go buy a baby doll that had the little bottles in it so I could feed them. I remember it was a Sunday and I had to call the place and have them stay open so I could get their food, and so, had to get special milk for them. But we got, like, the milk that, goes with, for, like, baby cats, stuff like that. So I'm just getting in this white area here, this lighter area, just where there's some lightness, and then we'll go into the darker area, um, and build from there. But, yeah, it was fun though. I tell you, it was a great experience. And they're so smart, but they're into everything. They would dig up my plants, like my house plants. They would dig the dirt up just to see what was underneath the dirt. They unrooted, like, all my house plants. I think one house plant survived. Used to have a wild doe that over time would come to our kitchen door. Aw, it is fantastic. That is awesome. I have not had We did raise a baby deer. We raised a baby deer. Um, and we did do that too. Um, that was She was down in our field. Well, it's not really, I mean, I don't know. It's like the front of our yard. It's all woods, but just bleeding. And she bleeded for, like, that sound they make when they cry, bleeding. Um, she did that for like 2 days, and it had gotten to the point where it was like you could barely hear it. And a deer had been hit on the road out in front of our house, on the road. Well, not really in front of our house, but like where our road goes out to the main road. A deer had been hit out there and killed at the road. And so after we heard it for a period of time, we were like, clearly, this is that, baby. This is the baby from that mama, because the mama didn't go back. Right. And so we were like, then we just went out searching for her to find her. And we found her down in the woods, kind of in the front of our house, um, in the woods. And she was little. She was a teeny tiny thing. And we brought her up and fed her, got her fed, and raised her until she was about, I don't know. We had her for a few weeks. Then we took her to the rehab place. They wanted to be nasty about it, though. They wanted to be like, "Why don't you know you could be, like, fined and you could be like, there's jail time?" And I was just like, look, lady, I'm not listening to you." Not that I don't honor and support what y'all do here, but you're not gonna no, 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 mm-mm. I'm not I'm not letting a little baby deer cry out there and not help her. You either take her, I will pay for her, or I will take her back home. Whatever you wanna do. Like, but no, mm-mm. I ain't listening to that. Like, lady, mm-mm. She wanted to be just kinda mean about it. And I'm like, "Mm-mm. No, no, no. We're just gonna put some dark around these eyes." That's right, I didn't. I mean, I'm trying to save this little baby's life. I don't wanna hear it. I'm not gonna let her sit out there and cry until and I mean, we already left her, because I didn't wanna interfere with the mama maybe coming back, right? But given the fact that it was more than a day, it was going into day 3, because it was that evening that we actually decided to go out and look for her, and so it had been 2 whole days, of her crying, and it's like, no, you know, and clearly, like, this deer is dead on the road, like, this baby's been crying for, a significant amount of time, like, I already waited long enough. Like, part of me was thinking, "Well, you're lucky I waited as long as I did." So oh, I do too. I fully respect that. I fully respect it. Like, I'm not gonna go take an animal from its mama and try to raise it. No, 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 no. But also at the same time, when you rescue an animal, you shouldn't feel like you're the one that's gonna get in trouble. Anyway, thank you all. So this is 20 minutes of Paint with me. Here we are with their raccoon. He's gonna look a little bit whimsical. He's looking a little bit of a hot mess right now, but I think he'll turn out super cute. I did get a lot done, didn't I? I said I don't know how much better we're getting, but one thing we're getting is faster. But of course, that sponging technique, and look, it's really gonna look like when we put this leaf in here, all of these are gonna look like fallen leaves around the raccoon. I enjoyed today too. Thank you, Capri. Anyway, I will be live tomorrow at noon. Hopefully y'all are able to join me. Y'all have a great rest of your Thursday. And I will see you soon. Bye.